right, welcome back. When we left, we were talking about how to start in point-slope form and finish in slope-intercept form. So I've got your formulas already pre-written at the top. Again, you should have written these down in your notes. If you haven't already done so, you need to do that now. And let's try another one. So remember, what we've been given is a point and a slope. We don't know our y-intercept, so there's no way we can jump straight to this because we don't know what the beginning number is. So we're going to use point-slope form instead. And we're going to fill in the blanks. Remember, this is our x1 and our y1 of our point. It becomes y minus 9 equals the slope times x minus negative 2. Don't forget we can do keep, change, change. This formula isn't terribly useful. It doesn't help us to graph, and we can't make a table using something that looks like that. What we want to do is isolate y. We almost always start by using our distributive property. So we bring down our y minus 9. 5 times x is 5x, and 5 times 2 is 10. We're almost done. Y just needs to be isolated, so we're going to do the opposite by adding 9 to each side. So we get y equals 5x plus 19. Y is alone, and now we're in slope-intercept form, not point-slope form. Pause the video and try this one on your own now. Welcome back. You should have started by noticing that you have a slope and a point. You don't know your y-intercept, so there's no way we can jump straight to slope-intercept form. We have to start with point-slope form. We're going to fill in our blanks here. We have y minus the y value, which is negative 5, equals the slope times x minus the x value. We're going to do keep, change, change, and clean it up. If the directions said write your equation in point-slope form, we would be done. But if we need to make a graph or we need to write this in slope-intercept form, we have more work to do. So we're going to start by distributing. This becomes y plus 5. Negative 7 times x is negative 7x. Negative 7 times negative 1 is positive 7. We're almost done. We just need to isolate y by subtracting 5 from each side. Remember, we're only subtracting from the like terms, so the negative 7x comes down. The two constants subtract to give us positive 2. And that's it. Nice job. Time for the code word of the day. One of the things I did over the past few weeks was finally put together my Lego model of Central Perk from the show Friends. Today's code word is friends. This will be for a grade. Write it down and be ready to submit it on the IP. Again, you're looking for the word friends. This is going to get a little harder to find each time. Last time it was right at the beginning. This time I've hidden it in the middle. So keep your eye out for it next time, and eventually you will just need to listen for it. Now, what if we need to work with fractions? So let's go ahead and start by writing these in point-slope form because we have a slope and we have a point, and so we want to do point-slope form. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So it's y minus the y1 is 4, the slope is 3 over 7, and the x1 is 14. Remember, we're starting by distributing. Distributing the slope with the x is not difficult. That just becomes 3/7 x. Remember we said last time we were going to go over to the side. What we're doing is 3/7 times negative 14. Remember, we're dividing. This is a whole number, and this is a denominator, so we can divide these. 14 divided by 7 leaves us with negative 2, and then we multiply what's left on the top. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. We're almost done. We just add 4 to each side to get y isolated, and so y equals 3/7 x minus, 2. All right, pause the video and try this one on your own. You should have started with your blanks so that you can fill those in. You already know that this is your slope. You know this is your x1. You know this is your y1. The y goes with the y value. The slope goes in front of the parentheses. The x goes in the x value. And we're going to always start by distributing. Remember, it's not hard to distribute the fraction with the x. 2/5 times x is just 2/5 x. But if you need some help, we're going to go over to the side. We're going to do 2/5 times negative 25. We cancel. Negative 25 divided by 5 is negative 5. We multiply what's left. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. Now we're just going to add 6 to each side. So we have y equals 2/5 x minus 4. And that's it. Nice job. Let's try a couple more of these with fractions. Remember, we're going to start by filling in our blanks. We have our x1 and we have our y1. This becomes y minus 3 equals negative 7/9 times x minus negative 18. Pause for just a second, see if you can figure out what we're supposed to clean up in this equation before we move forward. Welcome back. What you should have done is keep change right here so that that becomes x plus 18. So we have y minus 3 equals negative 7/9 x. We're going to go over to the side. We're going to remember we're multiplying a fraction times a whole number, which means we can cancel. 18 divided by 9 gives us 2. We multiply what's left, negative 7. We're going to add 3 to each side. So y equals negative 7/9 x minus 11. Pause the video. You try this next one on your own using this problem as an example. You should have started by giving yourself your blanks to fill in. Remember, this is your x1, this is your y1. Your y value is negative 11. Your slope is negative 4/5, and your x value is 20. Remember, we're supposed to do keep, change. So this becomes y plus 11 is equal to negative 4/5 x. Again, you should have gone over to the side. We're doing negative 4/5 times negative 11. Sorry, that's negative 20. We cancel this. Negative 20 divided by 5 is negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. Subtract 11 from each side. We get y equals negative 4/5 x plus 5. If you're having trouble with these because of the fractions, swing by an office hour and we can talk about how to cancel these so that you don't have to do so much fraction work. All right, so I want you to think before we start here. Are you ready for your IP? Can you identify what point-slope form, slope-intercept form, and standard form look like? Remember, slope-intercept form has y by itself equal to mx plus b. Standard form has the x and the y on the same side equal to a constant. No fractions, no decimals, and a has to be positive. Point-slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Are you able to substitute a slope and a point into slope-intercept form? Can you distribute and use inverse operations to change from point-slope form to slope-intercept form? Do you know how to distribute a fraction? Can you describe the steps in the process? If you can't, you might want to go back and rewatch some of these videos and try some of these examples again on your own. Good to see all you guys. Swing by some office hours and say hello. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.